Grenth, god of death, darkness, and ice. Son of Desmina, leader of the human gods. Judge of the dead, vengeance, and destruction. Defeater of doom, lord of the seven reapers, and known as the Prince of Winter to his worshippers. Grenth's influence has touched all continents of Tyria ruled by humans, with his church stretching across the entire planet, from Tyria to Cantha and Alona. I count myself among these disciples, devoting my life and loyalty to him. I bow before Grenth, and in turn, he would give me command over the dead. But after the Exodus and the betrayal of Balthazar, many within the church have lost faith in their prince, with some priests even leaving altogether. Yet I will not falter. I refuse to renounce the god of death just because he has left this world. There are still others out there, working tirelessly in Grenth's name, keeping the dead safe, just as they are keeping the church alive. I will do my part as well. I have traveled across the world, from Cantha to Krytan, gathering all information on Grenth, so that today I will remind my fellow priests of what Grenth truly is. This is the story of Grenth. Grenth was born to a god and a human. Desmina, the goddess of air, life, and healing, and a human sculptor. Many outside the Church of Grenth have speculated on if Grenth's human father is Malcor, a sculptor of the Kingdom of Or, who had fallen in love with Desmina. While there is much to support this claim, this cannot be confirmed, as the identity of Grenth's father is a closely kept secret within the church. Not much is known about his early years in life, except for one moment that changed everything. The day he challenged Doom. The half-god, alongside 7 mortals, challenged Doom, a cruel, unjust, despicable waste of a being who claimed to be the immortal embodiment of death itself. In his years of ruling in the underworld, he consumed the souls of the dead to gain power, instead of guiding them to the various afterlives. Grenth could not stand for this, and so he commanded the 7 mortals against this monster in the Cathedral of Eternal Radiance in Or. The battle was chaotic and long. One side had to give way, and with his mortal allies, Grenth vanquished his foe, shattering Doom's tower in the underworld in the process, creating the Chaos Plains. By striking down Doom, Grenth took his power, becoming new god of death, and was finally able to join his mother in the pantheon of the 6 gods. With his new position, Grenth rewarded the 7 mortals for their help, transforming them into immortal avatars, and giving each of them a region of the underworld to watch. They became the 7 Reapers, and would keep watch over Doom in case he became too powerful in this prison, a prison Grenth forged for him, as he could not destroy him entirely. It truly is a terrifying thought of what history could have been written as had Doom stood undefeated, what monstrous reality the underworld would have become had the wretch maintained his grip on the dead. I can say, however, that Tyria should be grateful that Grenth stood courageously against him, to save both his world and the land he would one day rule over. Came then Desmina, scored and exiled by her people, and in her misery and wretchedness did Desmina curse the gods for abandoning all who, like her, admired power and ambition. Then asketh she, "Where is the god to whom I may give my undying devotion? Where is the god to whom I may beg revenge against those who scorn me?" And rumbled then the earth from far below, and with a terrible groan split open. The ground grew white with frost and ice, and from forth the frozen earth spilled the rotted, skeletal minions of Grenth. Appeared then the god, and with bony hands outstretched, welcomed the girl into his fold. Saith he, I am your god. Follow where I lead, come whence I call, and the rotted corpses of the dead will be yours to control. And swearing allegiance in life and beyond, did Desmina thence become the god's first follower. In the years after Grenth's ascension, the Prince of Darkness would gather a following of humans from all across the planet, all swearing allegiance to their dark god. In return, Grenth would give them control over the dead. I count myself among these followers, praying to the Lord of the Underworld for years, and I can tell you for certain that long ago, when Grenth walked the earth, these necromancers were far from mere summoners of the dead. But let's press on. Some time after Doom's defeat, the people of Or started construction on a city within the island kingdom, a city for gods. When it was completed, the gods were pleased, and thus came to live within the city alongside the citizens. To Grenth's ears there came a cry from the soul of one who had suffered long and profoundly. The god was drawn to the woman who called, for she had no mercy left in her. Seeking vengeance for her husband's violence against her, she invoked Grenth's judgment upon the husband, even as she plunged the knife into his heart. As Grenth stood over her and the husband she had murdered, he saw that she had loved him once, that she had borne him children, and that she had been a good and loyal wife. He saw that the man had never loved her, but had resented her and their children for draining his pockets. He saw that the man had not been loyal and had never been kind. He saw the abuses he had rained down upon his wife. And so, the god of death said, I find you guilty, woman, of murdering your husband. When it is your time, you will pay for what you have done. I understand, said the woman, as she bowed before Grenth. And now, said Grenth, I give you a choice. You may come with me now and watch your husband suffer for the wrongs he has done, or you may walk away, and I will claim you only when it is your time. The woman said, I gave my husband my love and life. I will come now to see this tale's end and to share his suffering. It will hurt him more to know that I am witnessing his pain. And so it was. Yet the paradise the Orients created did not last. After warring against their own over the magic of the world, the gods retreated from Tyria. Whether they fled back to their own original homeworld or just vanished altogether, I cannot say. But what I do know is that Grenth's allies in the mists continue on their prince's noble work. Some would cry false, that I only speak of this from my faith-blinded mind. However, that is not the case. Rumors are now spreading more than ever about recent battles within the underworld. News has reached the ears of the church that some of Grenth's priesthood have been slain by undead minions that could only be the handiwork of Doom, indicating he has broken free of his prison. And yet, word has found its way to the remaining priests from a raiding party that has indeed journeyed to the underworld, met with the keeper of the gate, Desmina, and resealed Doom. If this rumor is in any way true, it provides me with great relief that the Red Witch is still out there, carrying on Grenth's noble work, that she, after thousands of years, still lingers, doing as he would have done, guiding and judging the souls of Tyria's dead. My name is Arabelle Turan, the writer of this paper. May the stars guide you in your journey.